What's up, YouTube Combat here, and today I want to talk about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, because it seems that there's been a lot of momentum with this game recently, and a lot of momentum pushing this game to be remastered. Because I do find it kind of peculiar that we have yet to see it become backwards compatible on the Xbox One, especially with Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Call of Duty Ghosts. Basically every game from this era has become backwards compatible, so why not Modern Warfare 2? Got me thinking, and it's got a lot of other people thinking and speculating that we could see Modern Warfare 2 Remastered come to our consoles in 2018 or 2019. And I think it would be a genius idea by Infinity Ward to release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered as a standalone game in, let's say, March or April of 2019. Say that if you buy this game, you get an extended beta access to their new game launched in November. And in all reality, I don't think it would take too much effort from Raven Studios and Infinity Ward to work together to create an experience that will be long-lasting and unforgettable. Because in all honesty, one of my favorite games, if not my favorite multiplayer for sure, is Modern Warfare 2. I'm biased towards this game. I would love to see it be remastered. I would love to see the player populations grow again, and I'd love to experience what I experienced back in 2009 and 2010. To me, it was almost a perfected craft of first-person shooter. It did have its flaws though, and these are the 6 changes I would like to see in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I don't want to see a reskin. There's no point reskinning this game because it is broken in its current state. So let's make some changes. So let's start first with changing a perk and adding a perk into the game, which would be Flash Jacket or Blast Shield. So take that equipment of Blast Shield, move it into the perk 1 slot, where it already has a lot of competition, so you've got to choose between Sleight of Hand, Scavenger, Marathon, and now you can have Blast Shield in there as well. I thought about putting it in the 3rd perk tier, because then you could run something like Lightweight, Marathon, and Blast Shield, but I also feel that maybe you should have more choice in that perk 1 slot, especially with some other ideas I have coming up. So I think Blast Shield in that 1 spot, you could, if you want to rush around, have Lightweight, Blast Shield, and Ninja or Commando or whatever, and still I think be able to have an effective rushing class. And that way you could counteract the noob tubes and other explosives in this game. You'd be able to run around and definitely get around corners, especially attack those campers who are camping around with claymores. My next change is I would add some sort of ranked or competitive playlist in this game where certain guns and equipment are banned, and we got to play on basically the best maps in the game. So you'd have High Rise, Terminal, I can't think of other, Afghan would probably be in there, and you just have really solid gun-on-gun gameplay, 4-on-4, and I think that game would really lend itself well to a strong competitive playlist or a ranked playlist. And I really think it would be successful, especially with the ranked playlists we've seen in recent Call of Duties. There is some sort of a community there, and I really think there would be something there for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered as well. The 3rd thing I would change would be the death streaks in this game. Now, for those that don't remember, there's 4 death streaks: Copycat, Martyrdom, Painkiller, and Final Stand. And I think we can just all agree that Final Stand can just GTFO. We don't need that in this game. And even if they just reduced it to having Painkiller, Copycat, and Martyrdom, I think that would be useful enough. And we wouldn't need anything else. And maybe having Painkiller be a little bit reduced to only lasting 3 seconds and allowing you to absorb an extra 1 or 2 bullets. I'd be fine with that. Essentially act as a juggernaut for that time. I'm okay with that. I think it's important to have something like that for newer players, especially if you're trying to break a spawn trap. I think it's good enough to help players out. However, I don't like the idea that Hardline Pro allows you to earn that death streak sooner, so I'd like to see them rework Hardline to make death streaks be earnable the same way that they always are. So 4 kills for Painkiller, 4 deaths for Copycat, and 4 deaths for Martyrdom. I'm completely fine with that. If you're dying 4 times in a row, maybe you do need a little bit of help. And I think that I can live with that. I can live with death streaks in the game. Just take out Final Stand and rework Painkiller. Next thing I would change would be the shotguns in this game. Now, we all know shotguns are secondary in Modern Warfare 2. It's the only game to do that. And I actually like the idea. I think it's great to have strong secondaries. What I don't like, however, is the people that just run around with a Spaz 12 and absolutely wreck everyone. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but I don't think that that's the way the game is intended to be, and I don't think that's when the game is at its best. So my proposition is just reducing the power and the damage of the shotguns by 25%. It's not much. Or make the damage drop off a little bit sooner, right? Let's say if it's a close range shot, you need to be 8 meters away. Well, reduce that down to 6 meters, right? Reduce its damage by 25% to allow it to be a secondary, a last resort weapon, or something that somebody can use in tactical situations. Make it a tactical weapon, something that really needs, it's situational based, I guess would be the best way to say it. I think that would be the best thing for the game moving forward. My fifth change would be the commando lunge. As it stands right now, I feel that the commando lunge is too long, and I think the overall base lunge in this game is too long as well, and I think it just allows for players to essentially use the knife as an out whenever and really panic with it. So let's say, for instance, the regular lunge right now is 2 meters, or 1.5 meters. I feel like the commando lunge is like 4 meters. What it really needs to be is it needs to be a multiplication of 2, a doubling of what your base lunge distance is. So make your base lunge distance 1 meter and make your secondary and the commando lunge distance 2 meters, just doubling its distance, right? And let's say tactical knife actually reduces your lunge distance to, let's say, 0.5 meter, then your lunge distance with commando on makes it 1 meter. I don't know if it's perfected, but I think it would allow a more balanced gameplay. Like I said, more tactical. Make using commando and the knife in general more situational based instead of, oh god, someone's around me, and you press B or click in your right stick. And the last change I would make, and I doubt anybody would think that I would leave it off the list, is the one-man army noob tube epidemic in Modern Warfare 2. This realization almost single-handedly broke this game. I still love this game, regardless of the fact that this is such a problem. And this would need to be fixed for me to even think about purchasing the game, because in its current state, if you go play Modern Warfare 2 right now with Danger Close, one-man army, and noob tubes, the game is essentially broken. So what do they need to do to fix it? Do the same thing they did here in Modern Warfare Remastered or COD 4, it was actually done in COD 4 first, is make your grenade launcher eliminate your first perk. So if you take your grenade launcher, you no longer have the access to Marathon, Sleight of Hand, Scavenger, Bling, and one-man army. Make the players make those tough decisions if they want to use this. And I think that it would single-handedly help this community. I think it would help the game be more successful, because you're taking out one of the most broken aspects in any Call of Duty ever and making it better for every player. Now, I don't want to completely eliminate one-man army noob tubes, because I think they're a hell of a lot of fun. So what should they do instead? Make a playlist solely for them where your grenade launcher doesn't take your first perk. It can be called whatever you want to call it, noob tubing. Noob tube playlist, where everybody has a noob tube. You have a standard class to choose from with Scavenger or one-man army with Danger Close, and you go from there. And you just have fun. It would be a fun blow off some Steam playlist, something that you can just go around and have fun. And I think it would be a good idea. That way you don't lose that mechanic in the game, but in the core gameplay, you lose something that was so broken to begin with. I don't know, these are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think down below. What changes would you make to Modern Warfare 2, to the Remastered Edition, to make it the best possible game it could be? These are just some of my thoughts. I thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, Combat, signing off. Peace.